This is Nathan Jester.
Hey, Nathan.
He's talking about game collections.
Oh.
So the Rare Replay.
Yeah.
The Orange Box.
Yeah.
Super Mario All-Stars.
Yeah.
All great things.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Yeah.
He says,
Goodness.
which is best?
Jesus.
Which is most important?
What?
Which is your favorite?
Nope.
Of that list?
Yeah.
I don't even know where to. I don't even know where to start.
Best is Mario All-Stars because Mario World is one of
Mario
the greatest
World,
games.
Mario
of all
All
time.
is in All-Stars? It's just 1, 2, 3
And
it's
World.
in World?
Well,
One,
there's-
1, 2, 3 World and Lost Levels.
So we're going-
there's a version of All Stars that doesn't have World.
Yeah, the original
true.
version doesn't have World, but then they updated a version. With
And the version of World in that collection is slightly different than the version of
It
World
is.
that originally shipped with the SNES.
In one, Luigi slides on his stomach.
Yeah.
And the other he doesn't. We looked this up one time.
Yeah.
I mean, pound for pound, in terms of what has the best games ever made, yeah, I mean, it's All Stars. Like, World and 3 are just two of the greatest games of all time. None of the other collections have two of the greatest games of all time.
Also, World.
People could argue Portal and Half-Life 2.
See, you say no other collection has two of the greatest games of all time, but Orange Box has Half-Life 2 and Portal.
Portal. Yeah.
Yeah, and Orange Box is pretty spectacular, though. I'm going to fess up. I love Half-Life 2, but I barely touched it after I discovered Portal. Like, I was like, wow, this is night and day. They're both incredible games, but Portal was just so good, I couldn't put it down. But going back to Mario All-Stars, not only is it one of the earliest examples of a good compilation, and not only does it contain several of the best games ever made, it's also a great example of a early remake that actually made games as good or better. Because those games were redecorated for the Super Nintendo. Super Mario 1, 2, 3, and Lost Levels were all updated to look and sound more like Super Nintendo games. And it's usually when you try to do that, you screw a game up. Instead, they produced superb versions of those games. I really do think that's kind of the gold standard by which these games can be measured. Now, I am interested. Mega Man Legacy Collection's coming out, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that one.
And that in addition to some really neat versions of games, we don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but we have seen a lot of the museum stuff that tries to contextualize some of the collected stuff.
Rare Replay did really good with that too.
Yeah, Rare Replay is. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, the sort of the window dressing and then the actual in depth, behind the scenes videos and everything.
They went so far above and beyond for 30 games for $30. I was expecting here's 30 games. But the wrapping that it's in, where they have NES remix style challenges, where complete these 5 little bite-sized challenges in Battletoads and whatever. The fact that in the retro games you can rewind at any time for the previous 10 seconds and replay Battletoads and actually get through it. The sort of what would you call it, like theater or like
the sort of theatrical presentation.
Yeah, the presentation of it, how it's all like this stage display with like curtains opening and closing. Like I wasn't expecting any of that. That's so above and beyond. Like it opens with like a song and dance number that's all about Rare games. Like,
also, the first time you boot it up, your house gets actually haunted by a ghoulie from Brag Brother Ghoulies.
yeah, I got this ghoulie I can't get rid of. I'm actually playing Rare Replays.
You sound like you got a ghoulie you can't get rid of.
Yeah, Rare Replay in a lot of ways does it about as well as some of the compilations by M2 in Japan, which really are kind of the gold standard for this sort of thing, where they provide every possible imaginable version of these games and details around those to explain what they meant. Rare Replay has a kind of TLC to a lot of what you see there. And
Waterfalls.
I'm at 800 jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie.
Congrats, man.
How many are there total?
900.
Oh, there you go.
No, not 900 jiggies.
Or excuse me, 900 notes. Yeah, 80-some notes.
God, if there are 900 jiggies in that game, I'd be dead. Also, we didn't mention Metroid Prime Trilogy because Metroid Prime is the most overrated Nintendo game of all time. There has to be a most overrated one, and it's that.
That's the most overrated Nintendo game of all time?
Yep.
No, the answer is Donkey Kong Country.
No, the answer is Twilight Princess.
No.
that is factually untrue.
Oh, okay.
I'm tearing this family apart.
I was just telling Marty we're doing features on Metal Gear leading up to the release of Metal Gear Solid 5. And I only played Solid. I didn't play 2, 3, or 4. And like you just can't. I don't have a PS3 anymore, and so I literally can't buy them.
You can't. They're not available for PS4.
Nope.
No.
So it's like they re-released. What are they called? Well, I don't even remember what the collection's called.
Legacy Collection.
Like they have Legacy Collection on PS3, so it's like great, you can play these Metal Gear games you missed, but now that's not on PS4. So like,
You just subscribe to PS Now.
but it just becomes strange when the re-releases are on one console back.
Yeah.
So it's like, do they need to be re-released again? Or like, I don't even know what the solution is. Like, it just annoys me that I can't play Metal Gear Solid 3.
You can play it
You
on
are
3DS.
so right about that. I mean, there's a collection, the Taito's Memory Collection for the PS2.
Exactly.
4 volumes of some of the just most wonderful, difficult to find video games, all available, and you can't play them now. You just can't play them. unless you've got a PS3 with a PS2 emotion chip in it sticking around your house. It's really frustrating.
I'd love to see just more collections in general. You know, I like, why can't we get another edition of Mario All Stars that includes, you know, Mario 64 and Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Sunshine. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Because they'll sell
imagine.
Yes,
they'll
I
sell
can.
them all for $10 or $15 individually. That's why.
Yeah.